morning, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
And we are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow. And I appear to have, like, mustachios coming over my
I still have my hair.
Yes. Quite a few people commented on that Helen should lock her door. Okay. Comments from yesterday. Thank you very much for all your kind comments about our wreaths. And I'm so glad that a whole bunch of you are going to do it. I think that's so cool. So thank you very much. I'm just checking to see.
I think it was Denise asked for a tutorial on English paper piecing. And Denise, I answered your comment and then gave you the link to Tulip Pink at the Fat Quarter Shop. It's in 3 different segments, but that was the best thing we found on YouTube for English paper piecing. And somebody else was asking for whether we sold the hexies,
right?
Which we do not, but if you go to paperpieces.com, you can find them there, and that's where
they're so cheap.
They're so cheap, and they ship so fast.
Yeah.
If you're not used to searching through a website, it's kind of a difficult website to follow, but if you just search hexies, it'll show you all the different sizes. Just make sure you get the paper ones, not the acrylic ones. So,
okay. She also wanted to know, can you recommend an easy pattern for a baby boy quilt? I did a crib blanket that we have a kit for in the shop. It is Dream World. If you search Dream World, it's there. It is so fast and easy to do, and we have the kit already made up for you, and all you have to do is follow the instructions.
Right.
Piece of cake.
And if you don't like that fabric and you want to use different fabric, just let us know, because we can cut what you need from a different fabric line. So,
yeah, that is a fast, easy one. I don't know if you're asking about an easy pattern for English paper pieced baby boy quilt, and I wouldn't necessarily think that is it.
And I wouldn't suggest necessarily doing English paper piecing for a child, because English paper piecing, your hand's sewing.
Right.
So, you don't want it to be like manhandled.
Also, anything that's going near children is going to be washed a lot.
Yeah.
So that you want something that is...
You machine sew.
Right. Machine sewing is going to be much more durable. So check out the Dream World crib blanket that I did, because you can do it. The pattern has it in all different sizes, and that's a fast, easy one to do.
Right.
I did that in a couple of hours.
Yeah. And one of our customers, Sally, it was her foray back into sewing, and she hasn't stopped since.
Right.
So,
so that, I think, is pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much...
Yeah.
Because those are the questions, and then... Yeah.
Everybody telling us how wonderful we are.
Oh, well, also, a lot of people telling us what they're doing for Thanksgiving. So, almost everybody is staying home.
Paring it down.
Yep. Just like, what we're doing.
Look, there's good news on the vaccine front, so hopefully...
Right. Next year, we'll be in different straits, Okay. All right, so today, I think... Oh, wait. I have notes in my pockets. Okay. For the Advent of yarn, we had said that Corey Eichelberger was putting together a pattern for us to use with our Advent minis. It is called the Merry Mix-Up Shawl, and it is going to be available on Ravelry next week. Corey is going in for hand surgery, almost immediately followed by foot surgery, or the other way around.
I think it's the other way around, but anyway.
However, she is going in for 2 surgeries almost back to back. The pattern is done, and testnet is going to be sent for pictures this weekend. Hopefully, we're going to have a sample to show you, because we sent her last year's minis to make it, so that nobody would get any sneak peeks of this year's minis. But she said that it may be a day or 2 late available on Ravelry, so it may not go up till Wednesday or Thursday, which is the 2nd or 3rd.
Which is,
we told her
fine.
That was fine.
Because if you're knitting day by day, you're opening the first one on Tuesday, so you may have to do a couple days to catch up.
Right.
But it should be fine.
So she has given us a code. It is TH2020. Capital T, capital H, 2020. When it goes up on Ravelry, if you use the code, you will get $6 off, so you will get this shawl for $1.
Yeah.
Okay, it is only going to be available with the code through, I think, December 7th. She's giving you a week to get it. And then it's going to go up to the full price. However, $7 for a shawl is not
really.
a lot of money. So that,
And if you have the means
and you want to pay
and
the
you
full
want to pay
price,
the full price,
don't use the code.
support our designers.
Right, but she said that she's opening it up to all our viewers so that if you didn't get our advent calendar and you have minis left over or you want it, she's got it so that you
God
can do
forbid
it.
you got somebody else's advent calendar.
Don't even talk to me then. Just don't even talk to me. But no, she said that it's also it's made to use with full skeins as well. If you don't want to use minis, I think you can use full skeins as well.
Right. And we'll go over all of this again next week once it goes up.
Right.
With the code and everything, but we just wanted to let everybody know who may be waiting for the shawl to come out. Get a couple days to admire your first minis and then go to town on the shawl.
Because I know that somebody did ask me if the pattern came with the advent calendar, and I told her no, it's going to be available online.
Right.
So that is the news for the Merry Mix-Up Shawl. And once we get an idea of when it is actually released, we will let you all know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was my big thing that I had to remember. I was supposed to talk about it yesterday, and I forgot. So now.
But she gave us the code last night anyway, so just as well.
Okay. All right. Let's talk books, shall we?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about a couple books we've been reading because we've been on a good run for the last couple books.
And no spoilers.
Right.
So if you haven't read them, stick around. You can still listen.
Because both of them, the two main ones, have spoilers.
Yeah.
Significant spoilers.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Let's start with the Hazelwood.
Okay.
Where did we get this? Do you remember?
I think it was when we went to BookCon.
This is from BookCon?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
It's either BookCon or the bookstore in Bay Village.
Okay, so here, as I say, I am using a tag from...
If only we knew somebody who sold really cool bookmarks.
I know, right? Beach Lunch Lounge. I don't know. It's a tag from something. I use it as my bookmark. Anyway, this is the Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. It is different. Yeah. If you like dark fairy tales, you will like this book. I like dark fairy tales. This book scared the crap out of me in a couple places. These are dark. You know how much I liked Alice by Christina Henry and read. I mean, I love Christina Henry. I will read just about anything by her. And she's dark. This scared me.
I mean, there were a couple characters that were just awful.
Right.
Stephen King kind of.
Yeah. So
and it's not horror. She's in and out with them.
Right.
So that it's just like you read it and then you're like, wait, did I just read that?
Exactly.
And then it sticks with you because it's like one sentence. It's she leaves it up to your imagination rather than beating it a dead horse.
The worst.
Right.
So anyway, 17-year-old Alice Prosperine and her mother have spent most of Alice's life on the road, always one step ahead of the uncanny bad luck biting at their heels. But when Alice's grandmother, the reclusive author of a book of pitch-dark fairy tales, dies alone on her estate called the Hazelwood, Alice discovers how bad her luck can really get. Her mother is stolen away by a figure who claims to come from the cruel supernatural world where her grandmother's stories are set. Alice's only lead is the message that her mother left behind. Stay away from the Hazelwood. Alice has long steered clear of her grandmother's cultish fans, but now she has no choice but to ally with her classmate and fairy tale superfan Ellery Finch, who may have his own reason for wanting to help her. To rescue her mother, Alice must venture first to the Hazelwood and then into the world where her grandmother's tales began, and where she might discover why her own story went so wrong. It's a good book.
It is a really good book.
It's a really good book. I think I gave it 4 stars. I had a couple of problems with it in that I wanted her to pay more attention to other characters. And for me, I thought that she built and built and built and built and then within a couple of pages wrapped everything up. Also, this has nothing to do with her. This is to do with the the publishers, but
Oh, yeah.
I got through to here. I had that much left. I thought she was going to be wrapping up stuff. This is actually 2 extra tales from the fairy tale book and nothing to do with the book. So that kind of angers me a little bit when I think that she's got more time to tie up loose ends, and actually she's leaving them open.
I was going to say, you're not preparing yourself for the end.
Right. That's all extraneous stuff. But again, that's the publisher. That's not her. So I enjoyed it enough that I'm going to read the second one that is out right now, because A, it deals with one of the characters I want to know more about, and B, her writing is good enough that I want to do that.
Plus, I think a lot of this book was the world building.
Right.
And now you've got all the backstory and everything like that, so now you can flesh out those characters that we wanted more about.
So yeah, what about you?
I gave it 4 stars. Very, very, very dark. But yeah, I pretty much everything you said.
Right.
Because it was a surprise. It was like you turn the page and it's like, oh, wait,
That's the end of the book.
that's the book.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I did enjoy it. So then the other book that we're talking about is The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, which I believe was our September book club read.
Yeah.
And I really liked this book. I gave this one 5 stars. I read it very quickly. I'm very annoyed that book 2 is not waiting for me. But it's all about the Yale and the secret societies, the Skull and Bones and the 9 secret societies of Yale, and what if there was magic?
Actual magic.
Actual magic in those societies, and they were keepers of the magic. I found it fascinating, and yeah, I just really, really liked it.
I think I gave this one 4 stars. Unfortunately, I was reading it at night when we were going through kind of a stressful time trying to get the advent calendars out and that kind of thing, so that I was very tired at night and I didn't retain as much as I should have. So that I am very interested to read on and see how much, what the second book is going to be like. Because for me, again, I felt that there was a lot of extraneous stuff in there that I didn't need, and she could have paid attention more to some of the houses that I wanted to learn more about. But when I sit back and think about it logically, you cannot write a book about all 9 houses and have it not be an encyclopedia.
Right.
So this was about the one house, the 9th house, that kind of oversees the other 8 and keeps them in check.
And it's really about the girl.
Right.
And to focus on the houses and their history goes against it because she's an outsider. She doesn't necessarily belong
Or know about
Yale. But again, very, 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 very dark.
Also, there's a house that has its own set of hellhounds, and I have to tell you, since we refer to our dogs as the hellhounds, it was made for us.
And it responds. The house has emotions and decides whether it likes you or not. So
There's also an amazing library.
yes,
A really amazing library.
So if you've got imagination and that kind of thing. And I would not. I know that last year when it came out, they were putting it in horror, and I would not put this as a horror book.
No, I wouldn't either.
It's a dark book, but I would never put it as horror.
Right.
So I
I was a little bit worried about
as
that.
horror because they're monsters and demons and that kind of thing, but it's not like that at all.
No.
It's not tongue in cheek like Buffy, but it is to me along those lines.
Right. No, I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
It's just I had a couple of issues with
And just close to believable.
it. Yeah.
So
If you really believe, you could
Yeah.
say, maybe. All right. I am listening right now to The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. This is about the all-female librarians, the group of librarians in the Western Hills of Kentucky in the early part of the 20th century who rode out and delivered books to the people, the settlers who lived out in away from town, allowing them to have books and teaching them to read and that kind of thing. This is such a good book. I mean, this is such a good book. I love this book so much. It is, the characters are fantastic. I'm listening to it on Audible. The reader is wonderful. I love her. I am so in love with these characters, these strong, strong women who stand up for themselves, and I recommend this so highly to anybody. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I can't wait for Helen to finish up what she's listening to so she can start it and we can have a talk about it, because this is a good one. This is a really, really good one. This is up there with, oh my God.
The Book of Lost Friends.
The Book of Lost Friends.
Okay, I after reading my 2 dark books, I felt I needed to go back into the light. So I have never read Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. And the Fanny Flagg just released a sequel to it. So we got both of them. So I started reading Fried Green Tomatoes. And I have to tell you, I just started reading that the other night, and I'm just like it's an old friend. It's like, I love Fanny Flagg.
Yes.
So it's just, it's just Fanny Flagg. So, and then I am listening to The Bear and the Nightingale by Katherine Arden. And it's very interesting. It's very good. It's not like Mary Beth where you're just like, with the Jojo Moyes where you're just like, I love these characters. It's set in medieval Russia, and it's based lightly on Russian folklore. So it's something I know nothing about, except that it's the age-old tale of the old world versus Christianity coming in and pushing out the old.
Oh, okay.
Gods and guards. So I'm fascinated by it and enjoying it. It's not going to be one of those, oh my God, I love this book, but it is one that I am enjoying very much.
Okay.
So, the narrator's not awesome, but that's more with me because she feels the need to read in the Russian accent.
Oh. Okay.
And it's like a fake Russian accent, and it's not so bad, except when she starts to do the male voices. So now she's doing a deep, low, fake Russian accent.
Yeah, I did. I was listening to one. I think it was The Girl in Cabin 10, where they were doing the Jewish New York accent.
Oh, so wrong.
The male
so
Jewish
badly.
New York accent. That was really bad. That really was
Yeah.
bad. Okay, so it's the first in a trilogy, and it looks like the other 2 are out.
Yeah.
So if it's good, we can continue on.
Right. So it's one that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
Cool. All right. Okay, so those are our books for us.
yeah.
Today I woke up and I told Helen I had 5.5 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Just prepare yourself. So today...
I barely got 4, so you prepare yourself.
That was exactly her answer. Today we are cleaning up loose ends as far as dyeing the remaining skeins that need to be dyed for outstanding orders. There are just 2 of them that I have to do. Helen is doing some sewing to finish up one of our custom orders that we need to get done. Then we are going to be packing everything so that we can have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as completely free and
Thanksgiving weekend.
crafty
Yeah.
type of things that we are going to work on over the weekend. So that is why I am dressed like a ragamuffin, because I am already started the dye pots going, so I am going to head back down there.
I made bread this morning.
Helen made bread this morning, and oh my God, we need a bigger boat.
Yeah. I used King Arthur's recipe for the rustic sourdough, and it has you use yeast, so you don't have to go through the 24 hours rising and everything like that. This baby is...
blowing up.
So I have to go punch her down and...
She's gonna go punch Millie in the face.
Gotta go punch Millie. But I'm loving kneading bread. So
Yeah, she's really having a good time with that.
I said to Mary Beth, you're gonna have to eat more bread.
Oh, darn. And then today, I think the only thing we need to do today is cut up some cubes and leave them out overnight so they can grow up cubes of bread so they can get stale for our stuffing.
To make my pie crust.
Helen's
So
going
that
to
it
make a
sits in
pie
the
crust.
Fridge.
And I am going to make cranberry chutney
Yeah.
at some point today. And then tomorrow we will take on the bird. We are off to work.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the U.S.
Yes, we hope you guys have a lovely 2 days. We will not be on tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, but we will be back on Friday.
Right. Happy Thursday to everybody who is not in the U.S.
And have a slice of turkey. Raise a slice of turkey. Anyway, have a wonderful couple of days, guys.
Yeah, go forth and create.
And we will see you on Friday.
Bye.
Bye.